All right, guys. Hey, I thought it would be a good idea to look through and look back at where we've come and what we've done so far. I know that there are a couple of people who stumble across these videos from time to time and are kind of wondering, what's going on and all that. So I've been doing this is what the Hexagon challenge for a little while now. We started off at Ponce East FC, which is in American Samoa. So if I go over here to my profile, it will show that I did manage them for a little while. It might not show that, apparently. Okay, oh yeah, here we go. Hired as Ponce manager, and then I resigned less than 4 months later. What happened is we started at Ponce East and had a couple seasons there and had some success. We did go to the Oceania Champions League, but I couldn't register players for it because of a glitch in the game. Eventually, I couldn't push the game forward to the next date, so what I had to do is the old trick where you resign your manager and then you create a new head coach, and then you can push forward past the problematic date and then get back to the same team. Again, that's exactly what I did, and it worked. We had to leave Ponce, though, because unfortunately all of my transfers caused everybody to get very upset in the end, and so there was this job offer here at Mars FC. And that's where we came. That's where we've been for the last little while. Ponce was nice and fun, but of course, that was amateur only. Mars FC is semi-pro and probably about to become professional. So look at the job history. Yeah, so we finished in 7th place when we first came up. My job was to avoid relegation, and we did. We were barely able to avoid it. We went to the relegation playoff and won both legs. When I came on, I don't think we lost a single match from when I came on to the end of that season. And then in 2026, we ended up winning first place. We got the award for winning the competition, and that is why we are in the AFC Cup at the moment. So you can look through stuff like this. Managerial timeline is meh. We can look at this if you haven't seen this before, right? We decided, so it was after Maele left, everybody started leaving us at Ponce that, I decided, hey, you know what, it's probably time to get out of here. We got this job with Mars FC. Who cares about who the assistant coach was hired as? Whatever. We set a new club record for 3 straight wins. We had only 24 points in that season, the first season. Most of that's not my fault. That's back when we had Mark Fenelus. Mark Fenelus is now a scout. We're not going to see much of him, I think, again. Then we ended up winning the Chinese Taipei Premier League, and have done very, very well ever since, and have done so well, in fact, that I made it into the Taiwan Hall of Fame. So how about that? A couple interesting things to look at. The real legend was Toa Maele, who came up with us in Ponce. He is now, is he even playing for anybody? I don't think so. We ended up releasing him. Did we release him on a free, or is he still with our club? He has been released, so he has no club at the moment, which is interesting because he is international with American Samoa, but we decided that we weren't going to go after him. We weren't going to do much to play with him. He doesn't want to play for us anyway because we just released him. The problem is that he's not quite good enough, not as good as Nene, and we wanted to develop some of these guys like Husher-chan, Tian Yongfu, and so on. And so that's the reason why we decided, Maele, as much as we love you, you're probably not the right person for us. We can go back and look really quick at Ponce and sort of see what their history has been overall. You can see here, so this is when we won. The next season we finished in 2nd, and then the next season it was destined to be a little bit worse. So then they had 4th place, 5th place, and then back up to 4th. Maele scored 30 goals in the season, which is how he made his name. If we go look at managers, you'll see the old me, and that's where I retired from management, and then came the new me, who then resigned. So that was a whole lot of fun. Let's see what else we have. If we go over to, I think it's the general tab here. Is that the one? Perhaps it's under profile. I'm trying to remember where it is that you'll see, club legends, none, icons, none, but I did make it under favorite personnel. Now, I don't know if that's old me or new me. That's probably old me who's under favorite personnel. Wasn't there long enough, though, unfortunately, to become an icon or anything like that. In contrast, when we look at this right now, I'm not even favorite personnel in our current club. It's Ndaye, Menagong, and Sayuting who are the ones that the fans are really in love with. So we'll see what happens. Now, I'll tell you, if we are able to end up winning this AFC Cup, and I mean, I don't know, that might be a little bit of a tall order, but if we are able to compete and maybe even win the competition, who knows? Anything is possible. Again, looking at this, I've shown this before, but we go over and look at sort of where the stages are like. We end up with we're in the East Asia zone. We'll be part of all of the groups, and then there is a playoff between the top two teams. I think the winner then goes on, if I understand this right, I think the winner of our group then goes on to face the winner of like the ASEAN zone, and also the winner of the Central Asian zone and the West Asia zone here in the inter-zone playoff. So you have to win to be able to get to the top. But if you are able to get up to the top, the reward is pretty healthy. For winning this here, we would get 353,000 euros, which would double our current bank balance. So we definitely want to do that. We get up here, round appearance money. This is interesting. So I think that this is just a direct single game. But yeah, there's 40,000 euros as a appearance reward. You notice back here, there's no money in it at all just for playing. But once we get up here is where the real money comes in. Then there is an inter-zone final, and then there is a final. So I'm not exactly sure what happens. I don't know what happens for qualification either. It may be dependent upon how well you do in your group stage. I don't know what happens. I don't know what's going to go on. But we'll see. We'll sort of play around with it and see what happens. If we go over here to the other stages just to take a look and see if there are any other major teams we have to worry about. I don't know anything about West Asia, so I'm not going to be able to comment much on that. Central Asia, these are all teams that we should be able to beat pretty easily. I mean, this is what Tajikistan and Turkmenistan and so on and so forth. So I'm not too worried about any of the teams from there. South Asia, we're looking mostly at Cambodian, Vietnamese teams. Persis is Indonesia. So we might have to worry a little bit about the Indonesian, Malaysian teams. Those are the ones who are probably going to be a little bit stronger. But the other teams here, I wouldn't worry about them very much at all. Let's see, in South Asia, there's all going to be Indian. I think it's all India, actually. Again, probably not too much to worry about, and then comes East Asia. So there's a really good chance that we end up not only coming in here and sort of adding to our credentials by winning the league, or I'm sorry, avoiding relegation and then eventually winning the league. I think that there's a really good chance that we come in here and we wind up like completely dominating and winning the AFC Cup. And that we add significantly to our club's coffers. Again, when we look over here at the rules for the AFC Cup, send you back over here. There we go. We look at the final. However you get to the final, the winner wins 1.51 million euros. I mean, here, the inter-zone playoff final, the winner wins 100,000 euros. But yeah, if we could get to this, whatever this is, and however you get there, not only would we qualify for the AFC Champions League, which would be huge, but we get 1.51 million euros. That would be enough to allow this club to go completely professional, and would probably cause a lot of change. That would probably cause, I'm guessing, a attempt to buy out the board. So we'll see what happens. That's kind of what the goal is. If it doesn't happen here, don't worry about it too much. I mean, we just go along and do what we can do and do the best that we can do with what we're given. But I would say that would be a pretty impressive accomplishment, going from absolutely nothing and on the brink of relegation to potentially getting to the Champions League right away. Now, we'd get our bottoms handed to us in the Champions League, that's for sure. There's no way we'd be able to compete there right away. There's not enough talent in Taiwan for us to do that. But it would be pretty good, and it would help bolster my reputation a bit, and I think it would make a pretty good story here for the save. So there you have it. I'll leave it there with you, and talk to you later. Bye.